Okay, I'm going to try and show you from start to finish how to make culottes very easily for a child using a lady's skirt. Today is a size 16 denim, some stick pins, elastic, 1-inch non-roll, a soft tape for measuring, good pair of fabric scissors, and a pen. Fabric pen works nice, but any pen really works. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to measure your child for the length you want. Starting at your child's waist, measure from her waist down to the length you want it. So I'm going to use just past her knee. So that's 14 inches. Then I'm going to take that 14, I'm going to add 3 inches to it for the length I want. So I bring my measure tape over to my skirt laid on the table here. Measure from the bottom up to 17 for the length. Then I'll take my marker and I'm going to mark that at the 17. Next, for the bottom, I'm going to measure the width for the bottom of the skirt. This you determine yourself, but for this skirt, the widest I can go is 10 inches, so I'll mark it that 10 inches, and then I'll mark that. Once I have the skirt marked, I can then cut out. Your inseam for something past the knee is just below half the total of the outside seam. So I've measured up already 8 inches, and this is the area I have for the crotch. For children, you don't need much area, so I just kind of marked it. You can kind of eye that, it's pretty easy. Then you take your scissors and you're going to cut this one leg pattern out. You're just going to cut straight up. Nobody's going to see this part because it's going to be the hidden part that's sewn. Turn over for the crotch area. A little bit of a curve there, and then just continue straight up. And then go to where you have it marked 17 inches and a straight up and then straight across. This doesn't have to be exact. You're going to do a slight hem that you're going to sew on there. Then you take this leg you've already cut out, you just flip it over for your pattern on the other side of the skirt. Then you can cut out that other leg just using that same pattern. You can turn the skirt inside out if you want, if you're worried about the marker being seen, but everywhere you're going to mark, you're going to sew, so it doesn't matter really if it's inside or out. And so from that, you have the legs for the culottes. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take them, you're going to turn them both inside out. Next, we're going to sew the legs together. So we'll take our sewing machine, just a basic straight stitch. You want to make sure it's lined up as best you can on the bottom, and start from the bottom and sew straight up, giving your normal allowance when you're sewing, and give it a nice back stitch from the beginning. Pedal right here. If you really want it to look professional, you can take apart the hem and do it normal. But for a child, they wear their culottes out so much, I don't worry about the exactness of seeing the inseam inside of the leg. Nice little back stitch. And once that leg is done, go ahead and take the other one and do the exact same thing. If you have any extra little pieces, you just cut those off. You want a nice heavy-duty denim needle when you're sewing this. And if you have a serger to seal that off, even better. But if you don't, not a big deal. This is just a basic, simple, anybody can sew culottes. You can do sizes really well up to about size 12 or 14. And then you have to make some more adjustments for girls. So now we have both the legs sewn. Now the easiest way to sew these together, you're going to take either leg, it doesn't matter, and you're going to put it the right side. So you take that culotte leg and you put it the right side. You're going to take the one that's the right side, you're going to put it inside the leg that's inside out. Put that leg right in there, and then you want to match up the seams that you just sewed. So you match that up. When you have them matched in there, it should look kind of like this. This is the shorter sides together. Then you're going to take the two legs. You're going to start at the center, match up the bottoms for your length, so your legs are the same length. Then take it from the center, start at the center, and then we're going to go sew up, all the way up to the top. So we'll put that in. Little back stitch there for security. Just going to sew all the way up to the top. You can pin this all if it makes you feel more comfortable. But I've been doing this for a long time, so I no longer pin this part of it. Do that side, go back to the center, flip it over, and you're going to do the same thing only on the other side. So we'll put this in there. And we're going to sew it around and all the way up on the other side. A lot of the background noise. I have several children, so there's a lot of background noises going on. But then after you do that, put them both inside out, and you should have your basic culotte right here.